Hi everyone, this here is Tracilyn, also known as VCAT, and I am in my apartment. I have been noticing a sensation of getting electronically harassed. I felt that I was a targeted individual starting back in 2012 is when I started to realize it, and probably about 2-3 weeks ago I've noticed more with what I've been sharing on my website and with my Facebook and YouTube view counts going from a couple thousand down to a few hundred. So, and I also explain that some of my pictures have been taken down continuously from Facebook. I've been reposting them, and also on YouTube I've noticed a lot of suspiciousness with, it feels like my YouTube channels and my Facebook has been minimized as far as to where they're being shared on the internet when you do searches and stuff. I'll explain a little bit more when I calm down a little bit, but the last couple weeks I've been feeling like there is a laser coming from via a satellite dish, or somehow people are tapping into local electronics within the building I'm staying in or within my apartment. I've tried to do several things like turn the power off in my apartment to see if it would help. Whenever I'm sitting at my computer or I'm over here on my bed late at night, it feels like there's a laser that's penetrating into my arm, or it's penetrating onto my legs. I tried several things. One of them was an aluminum screen that I tried to lay on my bed under a sheet in efforts to hook a ground wire to it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, I think I plugged it in over here. My place is a wreck. I just got in and I've been going crazy with this. But what I did is I created a ground wire. I learned it on YouTube. And what you do is you plug it in, just a ground wire, and I hooked an alligator clip up. So the ground wire then I hooked up to the screen. You clipped it onto the screen. And I tried to lay on that to see if, clipped it onto the screen, the metal screen, or the aluminum screen, to see if it would actually ground me when I was trying to go to sleep, and it did not work. So occasionally I'll hold it, and it seems like it'll help a little bit, and then the pain comes back. I don't know, I have suspicion on who it is, and I don't know what to do as far as investigators or an attorney. I would like to explain a little bit more detail as I have on my website. If you go into the website at tracilyn.com and you look into Ragtop Cadillac electronic harassment, I believe I'm a targeted individual. And why that is, I don't necessarily know. Is it because I'm a Christian woman? Is it because I'm a transsexual advocate? I shared my life story in 2012. There's a lot of suspicion on it was somebody that I met when I was down in Nashville at the Commodore. And maybe I'll get down to Tennessee sometime this year to actually show you what had happened to me that day. What I wanted to show you right now is I also got that, I think it's called Mylar paper. It's an emergency blanket. And on the one side it's kind of like silver. And it comes in a little packet that you can put like in the trunk of your car in case an emergency would happen. I tried sleeping with it on top of me. That did not help. I thought it would stop the penetration of the laser that appears to be coming through my window. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. Do you see the burn mark? At least that's what it appears that it might be. Right here. It looks like it's coming through my window on an angle. And if you look here, it kind of looks like it might have scraped up here a little bit, or like I guess from the heat of it, or the electrical current that's coming through. It kind of made a mark like it's coming in on an angle. And what happens is when I'm over here sleeping on my bed, I put a bunch of blankets over top of my legs because I felt like it's on the back of my head here. It feels like there's someone beaming something down on my head, and when it does that, the one day I could have swore that I don't know if it was the flesh, from my body, or if it's something inside my head, that the brain, I don't know what all liquid and stuff is in there. It felt like, or it smelled like my flesh or my meat was actually burning. So I've been really nervous about this. I don't know who to talk to. I've been talking to my therapist, my psychologist today. I gave her some information. Anyway, it happens almost every night that I go to bed. And for the last year and a half or 2 years, I've experienced what is known like ringing in the ears. And it sounds sometimes like there's like a gas or something, and shh kind of sound, like staticky, that goes in my ears. And sort of like a ringing of, just like your ears have a ringtone to it. That comes and goes, like when I walk outside or if I'm moving around, it seems like my ears and everything clear out. I had sinus surgery recently because I thought I was allergic to something within the building, like a mold or something. So I had my center nose piece. The bone in there was also, it was crooked, so they kind of straightened it out. But it never fixed my problems where my eustachian tube feels like it's inflamed. And on the right side, when I breathe, going all the way up into my eye, it's inflamed. Now I went to a nutrition specialist who did hair samples, they did blood work, and they've learned some things about it. And one of those was that I'm suffering from inflammation. So I was on a nutrition program for a little bit. That didn't seem to help. I was taking a whole lot of allergy medications because it was diagnosed for probably the last year and a half to 2 years that it was allergies. I got the sinus surgery. That did not clear it up. Solely, they removed like a polyp inside my nasal a little bit, and it helped me a lot when I sing or when I'm talking. It used to be inflamed on the root of my mouth. So with that being said, no matter where I go in my apartment, as long as I'm walking, everything seems to be okay. It's when I stand still too long that I start to feel like a tingling sensation on my legs and stuff. It was kind of creepy. And also when I come in here to my studio, it's a wreck right now, I apologize. When I come into my studio and I sit in my chair, it feels like there's something that might be coming through my window or through the walls or something, and it's kind of like, I describe it like a mild electrification, like somebody's electrocuting me a little bit. I guess I'll make another blog here in a little bit. I just wanted to point out that the Mylar paper, the emergency blanket that I have, it does not shield like I was hoping. I didn't know that people are talking about magnets and stuff, that it would, if it is a laser that's coming in of some sort and using the energy sources in the room, or how it's being done. But I think a magnet can kind of like make the laser itself bounce away from the individual, wherever the magnet is. I have not tried that yet. I'm thinking of trying a mirror, placing a mirror on the other side of this just to see if it might reflect laser. I don't know where it's coming in at. But nevertheless, I showed you where the hole is. I'm going to measure it. As soon as I'm done with this video and uploading it, I'm going to measure the distance on the window, and I'm going to videotape it before, once I flip it around and I hang it, I'm going to videotape it just to, or take a picture of it to see, so that I can see that there is nothing there at the current time. And then over the next day or two, if it's still continuing on, then obviously it will make it like a little mark like that. So I will have more once I calm down a little bit and I write out what I've been witnessing. I've been working really steadily on my music projects. I've done probably like 17 music videos, and I got to take care of some paperwork in regards to my sound recordings and the 2 studio albums that I worked on. So I was looking forward to starting a Ragtop Cadillac CD later on this year. I was really having my hopes up in possibly relocating because, well, I don't really have much in my life, but I love music, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. You know, I love my songs. I would like to get a band together at some point, and would need a rehearsal spot. So right now with where I'm living, everything is okay. I'm safe until like probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Right now I have pain in my hips. I believe they've been targeting my legs for whatever reason. So I don't know if long term, if it's causing serious bodily damage. If you look up targeted individuals electronic harassment, you will see that I'm not so crazy, that this is evidently a real thing. I don't know what group of people have access to this. I have insight on who I believe is actually targeting me. I have a lot of different case scenarios as far as to why they would be targeting me. So if you get this video, know that I have been trying to reach out to some friends that I made since we came here to Dayton. I really appreciate the girlfriends I've been hanging out with lately. I'm glad you're alright. And I got to see some children today, which made me really happy. A really sweet neighbor who has 2 grandbabies. They love my music, and that means very, very much to me. I will be back, and know this. My hope was this summer is, you know, to get a band together. And in order to get a band together, I need a rehearsal spot. And maybe play a few live shows. I would really love that. But on a personal note, I don't really know what to do with this, what I consider electronic harassment. If you know anything about this whatsoever, please contact me. My email address is tracilyn21@gmail.com. That's TRACILYN 21@gmail.com. And also I have a phone number on my website, which is tracilyn.com. You can call me or text me at 937-732-8879. Alright, I'll give you a more detailed information. Right here, I'll show you this really quick. This is how crazy it became. I got some Mylar paper. I do not see any holes at the present moment. Like there's anything penetrating through. I don't know if they're coming straight through the ceilings, if it's coming up through the floor, if it's coming through the next doors. through the walls, if it's coming through electronic devices or through the electrical circuits. But there is most certainly somebody who evidently has it in for me for some reason. And, here, did you see that? I made that a couple years ago to celebrate my first studio album ever, Playfully Purple. It has 11 songs on it. I put it in concrete. That's my baby. And I never got to do more than just like a little demo, but that's my Playfully Purple album. And if I can get this out really quick, this is what I was hoping to put together. Maybe a little bit different. It has lyrics into it of all the songs. And on the back, it says, "Always stay true to your heart." Playfully Purple. And I also did Dayton, Ohio, USA. And what I did is I took like 23 songs out of the two. The one had 11 on, and the other one I think had 17 songs on. I've been working really hard on the music. It's pretty much what I got right now. And I created Tracilyn 2018. There's my reminder to be happy, peaceful, and let myself know that I am a beautiful person. Hopefully, we can figure out what's going on with this harassment. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, but I believe that I became targeted probably back in maybe I was being watched my whole life. But from what I remember, the sensation I got on my head, it started in like 2005 or 2006, give or take. Within that time frame that I noticed something, and I was talking to my life group at the church that I went to at the time, which was LCBC in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And I explained to them that there was this weird sensation that was happening on my head. And what I've come to realize is in 2012, when I was busking on the streets here in Ohio, people pretty much approached me and let me know that there was somebody watching me so close that they could actually see me when I look in the mirror. Imagine that. So I don't know what this all means, but like I said, my legs have been sore mainly around my hips. I've been going to a chiropractor trying to straighten out my back, and since they just started doing this probably about 2-3 weeks ago, meaning not the chiropractor, but the people that I feel are harassing me. So once, I get some time, I'm going to explain a little bit of detail on how I feel I was targeted. As far as to why, I don't really know. Does it have something to do with my music? Is it something to do with the fact that I praise God and I have a good spirit? Is it because I'm a transsexual? Is it because, I was going through, I was an escort. I started escorting in probably 2007 or 2008. And I explained a lot of the details as far as to what I witnessed and experienced going through that. You can see my videos. I would like to do something regular. I was hoping this year it would be more uplifting and not sharing information that I was being harassed. So hopefully I'll be with you all for a long time to come. If you're alone out there and you feel like you're being harassed, know that you are not. You can contact me. I would like to network and maybe form a little emotional group to help get through this. I don't know if we're all Americans are under attack, if there's a percentage of them You know, I don't know what technology is advanced in America that maybe we're all maybe we're all being targeted in a mild form, and when one starts to kind of make way, if you will, that they target those individually. I'm going to be doing research on my music, on the songs that I wrote. I know that it felt like there were people that were on my Facebook page and they have set it up or whatever for like mind manipulation. I've been witnessing like a mind manipulation process in my head, like it seems like someone is communicating with me. And they use like voice imitations. I don't watch too much commercial television or listen to too much commercial radio anymore. But if at times it seems like they would use different characters from different movies or different television programs to, or celebrities or something like that to try to talk to me. I also had a lot of dreams and stuff. So I'll touch base with all that. I might cut some of that out. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for visiting my channel. I also got a music channel at youtube.com/Tracilyn. You can download free music and free videos on my website. I would appreciate if you would do that and share as many images and videos and music as you can. Know that that's a big help, and hopefully someday in the near future I'll be able to get a band together and we'll be able to do some live performances. That would make me very happy. Okay, I love you. Stay tuned. We'll have another video soon.